Hello everyone, my name is Mark Newman. I get a lot of questions from people who are either going to business or alternatively buying an existing business about which business structure is best for them to operate through. So accordingly, I prepared this series to go through some of the main types of business structures and their advantages and the disadvantages. In the first video, I discussed operating as a sole trader, then as a company, as a trust, and in this one, I'm talking about operating as a partnership. Again, as I've stated in the other videos, always seek independent advice prior to setting up a business structure, as everyone's personal and business circumstances are different, and we want to make sure that we choose the most appropriate structure for yourself. So what is a partnership? For simplicity, let's say we have a business. A partnership is where individuals or entities own a share of that partnership. So for example, you could have yourself as a partner. You could also have your partner, or alternatively, you can even have an unrelated person. So for example, a friend who owns a share of that business. In terms of who the partnership is and what their share is, that can come down to yourselves and whatever agreements that you set up. So why do some of the people choose a partnership, and what are some of the advantages of it? Well, firstly, it's simple. In terms of setting up a partnership, there's no actual legal agreements that are required, for example, incorporation. All we need to do is set up an ABN for the partnership, a tax file number and a bank account, and we can actually trade. Now, I always recommend, particularly where there's unrelated parties, that we get a legal agreement or something defining what the terms are in place. And that way, if there's ever issues or we need to close it down, we've got an agreement that we can refer to. Another advantage is this: it's actually easy to close it down. Simply, there's no legal structure that we have to deregister. All we need to do is lodge final taxation returns and then close the bank account. Another advantage of the partnership is its taxation benefits. So for example, let's say the partnership in its initial setup stages is going to make losses. These losses flow out to the individual partners and they can offset individual taxation income that they may have. So for example, if one of the partners like yourself is working and the partnership makes a loss, those losses can reduce your income and potentially reduce any taxation you need to pay, or alternatively result in a refund. Now, what are some of the disadvantages and one of the reasons why I don't like them? One of the reasons I don't like partnerships is they don't have the limited liability capability of trusts and particular companies as well. So for argument's sake, let's say the business makes a $100,000 loss and this actually needs to be paid. The creditors can actually pursue the partners. Now what they can actually do is pursue just one partner, or they can pursue all partners for the $100,000 until they get their money. So for argument's sake, if one partner has nothing and the other partner is quite well off with assets, they'll pursue the partner who has assets and take their money. Another disadvantage of this is if you have for example, yourself and your partner go into partnership together, all of your assets are on the line for the partnership business, i.e. there's no asset protection. Therefore, that's one of the main reasons I never recommend, for example, a husband and wife go into partnership, because we can't protect their personal assets. There are plenty of other ways to do it more effectively. Another disadvantage is partnerships are also taxed at their individual rates. Now, depending on the partnership profit, that may not be an issue, but it also cannot distribute to other family members. So that's just some of the advantages and some of the disadvantages of operating as a partnership. If you have any questions about structures and which is appropriate for you, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you for listening. Mark Newman.